Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. Tonight, big massive thank you to Harry Meadows, aka Blue Nose Beer Reviews, for this beer. So this is from Verdant Brewing Company, collaboration with Pressure Drop. It's called The Experiment Requires a Conclusion. The hops on the hot side are Citra, Galaxy and Nectaron, and the same on the cold side. 6% IPA. Let's give it a whirl, see how the cookie crumbles, as it were. Still absolutely bloody Baltically cold in here, you know, it's that time of the year, isn't it? Pour so much now, and then I'll pour the rest, give it a swirl so we get the true colour. As you can see, it's a lovely yellowy orange pour. Obviously, I know where Verdant are, but Pressure Drop, I'm not sure where they're based. So, but in any case, massive thank you again to the good fella. Here we go. Looks quite the pour, doesn't it? Oh, beautiful nose. Smells gorgeous. I can appreciate why craft beer fans love the likes of Verdant, Beak and breweries like that, because their version of craft beer is certainly, you know, I mean, you pay a bit more for it, obviously, but their version is a bit more what you'd expect than some of the craft beers out there, especially some of the cheaper ones that, that just aren't that great. I mean, when I, as a home brewer, can make a craft beer at home for a grain kit that's as good as anything that I've tasted, that begs the question: is like, am I that good? No, I'm not. We'll get back into it soon as well, back into brewing. Back into brewing, and maybe more beer with Raggies will be the premise, and get the odd beer when it's my birthday and all that. Go from there, really. So yeah, there's a bit left in, so let me just pour that in. I just wanted to see how. There we go, and you know, the can's been sat on the shelf for a while, and it's always best to, you know, if you can't give the can a swirl before, because obviously you don't want it to explode, drink a bit, and then, you know, look at that vibrant colour. It looks the dog's doodles, that does. Beautiful tropical citrusy aromas coming off it. It does inspire me to do beer kits, and so for me, beer kits are just a damn sight easier than prattling around grain brewing. But beer kits, and then on the hops side of things, you know, using different hops to deliver flavour. I mean, you wouldn't, in a beer kit, you wouldn't really put hops on the hot side, I suppose, because the beer will have its, you know, the kit will have its own thing. But this is experimenting with beer kits has always been part of Raggy's beer reviews, so it's definitely something I'm going to do. Once we get into the part of the year when I'm working again on gardens. I could have worked on a garden this week, but it's been so bloody miserably cold. I just haven't fancied it. I've just done my 8 hours and come home and then done nothing. Sitting at home on the settee falling asleep. Did that early for an hour and a half, watching Sonic 2 and falling asleep. I think it's the after Christmas blues when you go back to work, knowing that yeah, you've not won the lottery, so back to that flipping grindstone of having to work to pay the bills and all that. And it is a killer at times, isn't it? You look and you think, oh, for God's sakes. I do anyway. I think sometimes I get quite down about it as well, and especially when the weather's not great. But it's either raining and difficult to work in, but at least a little bit warmer, or it's bloody cold. And next week we're getting like a high of 2, and it's like, oh, for God's sake, bloody temperatures. Oh. So yeah, very enjoyable. 6%. You would not know if it was anything between 3.5 to 6. There's no, inclination from me of what the ABV is, which is a nice thing sometimes, Oh, I mean, I don't mind a 6% beer at any stage of the game. It's nice. Certainly going down well at least. So, would I drink this again? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Quality IPA from Cornwall-based Verdant, who are going to be bringing out their putty literally in a week or two's time. If I see it, it's usually the only place in Nottingham you seem to be able to get putty from is the Keen's Head Castle Rock Brewery pub, and I won't be going into town anytime soon anyway, so can't see it. If there was a chance it was at the Totally Tapped or Crown in Beeston, then maybe, but I can't see even the Crown in having it. Pottle in Beeston may have it. Yeah, and that's about it really. Not many pubs out there. Nottingham's not the greatest for that type of craft beer. Junkyard, possibly. And the options are actually very... To say we've got a big beer scene in Nottingham, the options are very, very limited on that front. Beer's beer anyway, and I've come to that realisation that the for me anyway, at least, the hype beers, the good beers, but I'm really looking into just doing my own beer again and trying to brew some of the cheap kits and see if the cheap kits are worthwhile. There's a beer with Raggy and something yeah, there's a discussion. So anyway, out of 5 then. Yeah, really enjoyable. For me, a good 4.4 out of 5. Yeah, would I drink it again? Yes, yeah. I don't know much about Pressure Drop. Gotta be honest, I'm sure I've had one of their beers before, but I don't know where they're based or anything. Do apologise for that. Don't know everything, it is what it is. But a lovely beer nonetheless. And thank you for watching. See you soon.